What is up guys, Untitled Tech here, and as you can see from the title of this video, it's finally out. The OnePlus Nord is finally out and I'm here to tell you guys all about it. Now this has been one of the hottest topics in the smartphone world for the past couple months because this was OnePlus's comeback to selling premium mid-range smartphones with a very affordable price. It's also not your average mid-range smartphone like the Samsung A71 or A51. The OnePlus Nord packs some really good specs with exceptional hardware, which easily takes back the crown as the new flagship killer. OnePlus's special event was presented entirely in AR. Regardless of the product, this event alone made history because it was the first ever AR launch event in the world. And for those who don't know how they pulled it off, you simply had to download their OnePlus Nord AR app, and there you were granted the best seat in the show, right in the comfort of your own home. It was actually one of the coolest things ever because it felt like the phone was right in front of you and you can view it in different angles. You can go closer, you can go further. And it was just very unique and a very immersive view of the product that left little to the imagination. And since the price was one of the biggest components people look forward to, there was even one part where they gave everybody 30 seconds to guess the price of the phone just before they announced it themselves. Alright, right off the bat, the OnePlus Nord comes in two colors. Blue marble, which is like an electric blue shade, then it is teal, and there's gray onyx. It's got a 6.4-inch AMOLED display at 1080p, and if you're worried about this being a curved display, it is not. It is totally flat with the back having the curved glass for better grip. It's got a 90Hz refresh rate for smoother scrolling and a storage capacity of non-expandable 128GB and 256GB with 8 and 12GB of RAM respectively. It is equipped with a 4000 mAh battery that is capable of OnePlus's warp charge of 30 watts, which can get you from 0 to 70% in just half an hour. An in-display fingerprint sensor and a quad camera setup at the back. Now, according to OnePlus, the main camera of the Nord has exactly the same sensor used in their flagship model, the OnePlus 8 and OnePlus 8 Pro, measuring at 48 megapixels. The Nord also has an 8 megapixel ultra-wide lens, 2 megapixel macro lens for extreme close-up shots, and a 5 megapixel depth sensor. At the front, you have a dual camera setup, one being a 32 megapixel main sensor and an 8 megapixel ultra-wide that can stretch out to 105 degrees in order to fit more people into your group selfies. One of the highlights of this camera is OnePlus's night mode called Nightscape, which they showed a live demo of during the launch, and the actual photo was posted on Instagram by Carl Pei himself, the co-founder of OnePlus, and results were pretty good. But of course, we will have to wait for real-life tests of these cameras to see how they really hold up. The power comes from a Snapdragon 765G chipset, which is typical for mid-range phones like this one, but OnePlus does claim that they made some optimizations to make the performance noticeably close to what you would find in a flagship. You can get yourself a OnePlus Nord for only 399 euros or 25,000 rupees. However, this will only be available in Europe, India, and China. So the rest of the world, including myself, will have to wait a little bit longer until OnePlus expands their reach in the near future. The reason why this is so cheap is because there's no IP rating for water resistance, there's also no headphone jack, and it doesn't come with wireless charging, which is okay for me personally because I believe most people still choose to charge their phones using the cable, and even with water resistance, they still tend to be more careful when exposing their phones near water. So I'd say OnePlus did the right move by keeping all the more essential features in the Nord, which makes this perfect balance of performance and price. OnePlus has a really good track record for the commitment to give customers the best possible features in all their products while maintaining a good price, and the OnePlus Nord is no exception. I honestly wish I had the device right now in order to give you guys a more detailed video and my first impressions, but I had to base everything solely on the launch event itself and some videos I watched here on YouTube. But even without the device on hand, this looks very promising, like I'm actually open to using one as my daily driver if given the chance. So if you're in the market looking for something feature-rich with a good camera, good performance, and a great build quality without having to spend too much, then the OnePlus Nord is the one to look out for. Hopefully I get the chance to review a OnePlus phone someday because I personally see it becoming, if not the best, then one of the top Android phone brands in the near future. So OnePlus, if you're watching this, maybe you can help me out. But other than that, thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I've got some awesome stuff to show to you guys in my next videos, so it's always best to stay tuned for that. Kindly give me a thumbs up if you liked the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Untitled Tech here. Video after a few days. It's much more than that. It's much more. The A51 or the A51. It doesn't have a headphone jack. Resistance. They're all review a OnePlus